Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Adam Burke from BangTheBook.com, coming to you with my Thursday three-pack here, my three favorite plays of the day for March 14th. Two on the college basketball side, one on the NHL side. Over at BangTheBook.com, I've started rolling out some team-specific and player-specific betting angles for the upcoming Major League Baseball season. The American League East got posted yesterday. Should get most of, if not all of, the American League Central posted today as well. So you want to bookmark that landing page over at BangTheBook.com. Keep getting those updates as I post them. Again, I did my MLB season win total previews. Those are more of a general overview. These betting tips are going to be more of a game-by-game basis standpoint. So you can check that out over at BangTheBook.com. Also, don't forget about Kyle Hunter's daily college basketball picks piece, Parker Michaels' daily NHL picks. Recording a UFC preview today with Christian Pina for Bang the Book Radio. Also going to chat about the National League East. That'll be posted here probably this afternoon. Maybe save that for Friday morning. But in any event, if you missed anything on Bang the Book Radio here, you can check it out on our YouTube page with those segments or on Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we'll have elongated shows to talk about all of the March Madness matchups that are out there for Thursday and Friday. We'll also try to project out some of the things that we're looking at for Saturday and Sunday as well. All right, let's get into the Thursday three-pack here. Again, my three favorite plays of the day for March 14th. We start in the Pac-12 Conference Tournament, game 749-750. UCLA takes on Arizona State. Arizona State, 4.5-point favorite, total 156.5 here. Obviously, as you know, this tournament at T-Mobile Arena out in Las Vegas, so neutral site here for this one. UCLA in a back-to-back here in the tournament. They did knock off Stanford last night. First game for Arizona State. So always some interesting situational angles involved with those types of games. But you know, when I look at Arizona State this season, I see a massive underachiever. This team should be a lot better than it has been with the talent level that the Sun Devils have there. Still managed to be a number 2 seed in the Pac-12 tournament, but this is a team that should be in contention for an at-large berth. Not a team that has to win this tournament just to get into the big dance, but it is what they have to do, and they are the most balanced team here in this conference. They're the only Pac-12 team in the top 100 in both adjusted offensive and adjusted defensive efficiency. So that's a good thing for them, I think, that they are a balanced team. They can win with defense. They can win with offense. A lot of the teams out here in the Pac-12, very one-sided. They're either good offensively or good defensively. Arizona State pretty competent in both of those areas. So I do think that helps them here in this conference tournament. And it should also help them tonight as well, because if they do get off to a little bit of a slow offensive start, they can play good defense, let the offense catch up. They get hot offensively, kind of play a track meet as those nerves settle in a little bit. Well, they should be better defensively in the second half as well. Also for Arizona State here, they're in pretty good shape because UCLA in the season, a 15.1% turnover percentage on defense. So Arizona State won't be turning the ball over here tonight. Could lead to some extra possessions for them. Stanford had 18 offensive rebounds last night against UCLA. Arizona State, a very good offensive rebounding team as well. You kind of question the effort level here for UCLA. I know they won last night, but they've got a lame duck head coach. They're not happy with how their season has gone. And giving up 18 offensive boards to a Stanford team that isn't super athletic, certainly not on the level of Arizona State, a bit concerning for me there in that game last night. So I expect Arizona State to get some extra possessions tonight. I don't expect UCLA to have a plus 11 advantage of the free throw line tonight. That was really the difference in yesterday's game. Give me Arizona State tonight minus the 4.5 in the Pac-12 tournament, number 750 in the rotation order. We move to the Conference USA Conference Tournament here down in Frisco, Texas. Game 779-780. Marshall takes on Southern Miss. Southern Miss a 3-point favorite in this one, total of 150. Marshall had no issues last night with Rice. Hopefully you listened to Bang the Book Radio because that's a game you would have been on. We discussed how Marshall, was in this conference tournament last year. Rice was not. So they had a little bit of an inherent advantage there by having played in this very unique venue, this very unique shooting backdrop, not a luxury that Rice had. So Marshall won and covered easily last night. But, even with this strange venue, and this is a very weird conference tournament, you've got games running simultaneously. You've got, really deep shooting backdrops. You've got the fans close on temporary benches around the courts. really, really weird conference tournament to say the least. But you've got this Marshall team that has scored 82.25 points per game in their 4 Conference USA Conference Tournament games at this venue. They won this conference tournament last year, and also they lost by 50 to Southern Miss during the regular season, 101-51. They're looking for some revenge here in this game tonight. Now, on the flip side, Southern Miss got knocked out by Marshall in last year's conference tournament, so maybe part of the reason why they blew them out so badly in the regular season, maybe looking to make amends for that here in tonight's game as well. When you look at Southern Miss, one of the slowest teams in the country here this season, averaging about 66 possessions per game. But when they did play quicker teams, they did speed up a little bit. The game against Marshall was played to 71 possessions. UTSA played a 71 possession game with them. I believe Rice did as well this year. So you've got a Southern Miss team that does play at a slow pace, but when they play a team that likes to push it, they will push it a little bit. The top 2 teams here in adjusted offensive efficiency in the conference, first and third in conference play specifically. Southern Miss was number 1. Marshall was number 3. Marshall looking for that revenge. Southern Miss looking for revenge from last year's conference tournament. This game should be played at a little bit of a quicker pace than most Southern Miss games. The backdrop did not affect Marshall last night, has not affected them in this tournament. Last year when Marshall beat Southern Miss, it was a game that was 85-75, one of the higher scoring games for Southern Miss last year. I think this is a high scoring game. I like the over tonight, which is scary because this is a very unique shooting venue, but didn't really affect Marshall last night, hasn't affected Marshall at all. And I think they can successfully speed up Southern Miss, who is a very efficient offensive team, top 3-point shooting team in this conference, so they should get theirs as well. Give me the over in games 779, 780 between Marshall and Southern Miss. Finally, we transition over to the NHL side of things here. 4 games, 0-1-1, 0-1-2. The Boston Bruins take on the Winnipeg Jets. Jets a -120 favorite here, total of 6 in this game. Bruins have dropped 2 straight after going 15-0-4. They had a 19-game point streak snapped last weekend when they played Pittsburgh, then dropped another one, gave up 7 goals to Columbus on Tuesday night. A Columbus team that's been having all sorts of problems. So really bad showing for Boston there in that one. Does concern me a little bit here tonight that maybe they're in a little bit of a bounce-back role, a little bit of a rallying point for the Bruins. But look, this is their first game outside of the Eastern time zone since February 23rd. Long way to go just to come back home and face Columbus again on Saturday. So a rapid revenge spot for Boston coming up on Saturday. Looks like they will go with Tuukka Rask tonight, which is interesting to get him back in net after struggling so much against Columbus. I think Laurent Brossoit is going to get the start here for Winnipeg. Connor Hellebuck did not play well the other night. I think Brossoit is the guy they should go with tonight. Not confirmed. If they go with him, I really do like this play. If they go with Hellebuck, it's more of a situational angle, a little bit of a weaker play. And also, if Hellebuck plays, you'll see Boston money come in. So wait for the goaltender confirmation for this game. If it is Brossoit, then you take Winnipeg right away. If it is Hellebuck, wait this one out because I think you can get Winnipeg maybe even at a plus money price because this line should definitely move if Hellebuck is back in the nets. But I was looking at a couple of NHL games tonight. This one between Boston and Winnipeg. Also like the Arizona Coyotes hosting the Anaheim Ducks, but Arizona -140 in that one. Winnipeg -120 in this one. So we'll take the lower price here. We'll take Winnipeg number 0-1-2 in the rotation order in the NHL. And the Bruins, this is an angle that I've looked to play quite a bit. When you've got a team that's on a streak and that balloon gets popped, I like to fade that team the next couple of games because everything's going right, everything's going swimmingly, everything's going perfect. Then you lose a game, then it kind of snowballs a little bit because you try to change something that maybe you don't need to change. Maybe something changes mentally a little bit. You start questioning some things because, we just got, 19. We just had a 19-game point streak. Now we've lost a couple of games. What's going on? What do we need to fix? What do we need to do? I don't think that Boston needs to worry about that, but it's just human nature. It is something that happens. So that's why I like to fade teams for the next couple of games after some sort of winning streak or point streak gets snapped. We'll do that again here tonight with Boston. So the 3 plays tonight for the Thursday 3-pack are number 750 Arizona State, over number 779, 780 Marshall versus Southern Miss, and finally Winnipeg number 0-1-2 in the NHL. I'm Adam Burke for Bang the Book.